G'day and welcome to Deno QL, where today we are having a look at Cities Skylines, a game made by Colossal that came out in 2015 and is for all intents and purposes a successor to SimCity. Why is it a successor to SimCity? Well, because it basically does everything the SimCity used to do much better. So let's take a quick look rather. This is just the game map. I've disabled the HUD so we can have a look. You'll see it has a similar sort of tilt shift effect when you get low down. And this is just a small city that I've started working on. There's not much to it. You see you got people walking through the streets, the cars drive nicely and they park around. Got some interesting signs like the Burned Bean coffee there. And this burger shop, the Big Bite, it's crunch time. And yeah, so we got this whole town, we got some nice little streets, some various sort of houses, and you'll notice it's raining at the moment, which is always pleasant. That is actually something from a recent update, but I'll go into that in a moment. Then you got these smaller residential streets here, and all these nice little properties, which look pretty nice in my opinion. But anyway, let's disable this view. And we'll have a look at the actual system overlay. So this is the area I was just looking at. This is just the main road in here. And you can see I've made the sort of like grid pattern for the roads. It's not the most effective solution for space. I mean, you got these corners, but I wanted to do something that looked interesting. And oh, I just noticed, look at all these little row of single houses. That is really kind of adorable. But yeah, so like City Skylines, you have a highway that comes in and you sort of then build your city based upon it. However, this is not the size of the map that you're restricted to. You see, I bought this section over here that I haven't built anything yet on. And you know what else? If I go to the region view, you will see I can keep buying plots of land to keep expanding. You can get up to a total of 9 squares by default. However, there are mods to enable all 25 squares. And this game has great mod support, so if you really want to expand the game, then mods are for you. Now, we've got this industry system over here, which is having problems with not enough workers, so we've got a lot of abandoned buildings. So we've got to do the usual thing of demolishing these abandoned buildings. And we can tell we need more workers, because if we look down at the RCI thing here, it's the same as SimCity and it shows what you need. However, there's no like high and low land wealth stuff. It's just sort of, you know, demand in general. So we need a lot of residential. So what are we going to do? We're going to expand our residential out this way. Now, I don't remember how big I actually made this, but I used the 4-lane roads, I think. Yes, I did. I just didn't have the one with trees. So let's just see. I did about the cost for 4,800, so if I set about 4,800, there we go. Whoop. I want to get 4,800, thanks. There we go. Now we've built that road. Now we just need to add this other pattern that I made, which I'm not sure I'm going to entirely replicate, because, you know, it'd be a bit difficult to. But let's see, I made it sort of from that point. Whoop, whoop, what are we doing? No, come on. I want to see my marker. Oh, because it's trying to build a curved road. No, I don't want to do a curved road, so undo that. So about from here, we want to build straight out basically to the map border. Like that. And we'll do the same going the other way. They're not going to be symmetrical because I've got a tunnel here, which you actually access by going page up and page down when building roads. So you can see I've got tunnel just so I can try and alleviate traffic, because you see here I've got a problem with lots of traffic trying to go through these roads. So I just got to watch out for that. So yeah, and I just noticed I say so too often. So, you know, stop saying it, goddammit. Anyway, let's just keep building this road system. I don't want to build it underground. The best bet is just to do the broader one. You can see here I tried to do like a broad line, so I want to eventually keep expanding this that way. Oh, yep, buildings burned down, we know. Let's just build this road here, so let's just start straight up, out of city limits, really? Come on, let me build that. Out of city limits, damn it. Let's just go that road tool then. there. You gonna let me build that? No, you're not. Fine. Delete that section of road. And we'll build this again. Oh, we got this tram track road. Yeah, that's from the Snowfall expansion that I haven't done anything with yet. But I am meaning to do that because this game is quite good. I mean, it's just a nice city builder, really. It's got all the features you want, and it does what you want, so that's good enough for me. There we go, we'll build that road, then we'll build this straight on, connect there. That's probably going to cause issues actually with traffic, so let's not connect that there. Let's force the traffic to go down through this road, and instead we'll terminate it sort of there. That way pedestrians can get through, but cars won't. So let's just keep going on. What did I do the distance there? The distance is 1/200, so 1/200 is about here. So let's just build a section of road so I know what to connect to. And let's try our best to replicate that curve, because I'm not doing it using the actual curve tool. I'm just sort of building. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I need to sort of... Nope. Maybe I do need to use the curve tool here. Yeah. It seems I really need to. So let's go to the curve tool. Oops. What did I do? Let's select that. And there we go. They're not identical, but it will work perfectly fine for us. Now we need to fill in this area. So do I want to do the same thing? Yeah, because I'm trying to avoid unnecessary intersections, because that will cause traffic chaos. Let's just do the same thing. So we'll extend that 3 out and then down. And we'll extend this one 3 out and then down. So there we go. We've got a little suburbsy bit. We're going to have some space here, but I want to put trees. This city isn't going to be very efficient. Like, if you want maximum efficiency, you'll just cram in, you know, bland square grids. But that looks boring to me. I'm going for something a bit more visually interesting. So now we've got our roads. We need to zone everything. We need to have a bit of commercial. So I'm just going to have... Oop, I want the brush tool, thank you. No, actually, yeah, box. I just want to do... What I do here, I just did about 3 rows. Yeah, so I'll do that sort of section. Can be our commercial. Like that. But we don't need those to be commercial, because they're just going to be built separately. And then we can zone the rest as residential. So we can just drag and do it like all this, which is probably the easiest way for doing here. But you can also go into a brush and, you know, paint it, or you can use a fill tool if you want, and just click on each section. So, you know, it's pretty basic. However, there are some things that we haven't done with this city that in SimCity, this would have been fine. However, there is more we need to do here. First of all, we need to build water supply, because you can see here, you have to build the water separately. So let's just start building out our pipes. Let's just build under the streets first, like that. And we just gotta cover them, because you can see people are already, who've built their houses when there's no water, are now complaining that there's no water. Because, you know, go figure. And let's just link these up, although they don't need to. There we go. So the water needs a supply source, so we've got water draining here, as you can see. It's just pumping the sewage out into the sea, which is kind of disgusting. You see the pollution it's making. So we want to get rid of that soon, but I haven't had the money yet to want to do that. Oh, the facility is full. Are they both full? No, not quite, but they're getting full. So we're going to want to replace that with this one here, but we haven't unlocked it yet. So that's going to be an issue. Over here, we've got these turbines all generating our electricity, which you can see we've had to run a cable just to get them in this area. Each building has like this sort of power area of effect, so to speak, and they need that to be able to get power. So as you see here, because we built this close enough, the power is straight away spreading over there, so that's fine. And the other bit for the water is you got to have water, like gather your water somewhere. I've just stuck these water towers in the middle of the highway, because there's no water pollution there, but there would be if I was trying to drain it from the sea. Oh, and it's gone dark, so we can have a look at our neighborhood in the dark. Oh, what are you whining about? Sewage is backing up. Is it? Nah, sewage treatment's fine. But yeah, this is all, this is our small residential town area. So people will move into here, they'll take the jobs and settle that down. Now we need to check, as our residents or our education levels reaching? No, they're not. So we're going to need some schooling for these people. Now you can see here, because this actual placement of the school matters, the green area of effect determines where they can actually access the school. The school. So let's just stick a elementary school down there. High school, we're fine with for now. Crime, this area is basically not being covered by the police force, but at the same time the police, crime isn't really an issue in this game as far as I can tell. They don't really do much. Fire, on the other hand, is a big issue. So we're going to want a fire station. We'll just stick one down here. Health, we're probably going to need some health, yep. So we'll stick down a medical clinic right there. We also need a cemetery for obvious reasons, so we'll stick that there. Garbage is being sort of handled, so that'll have to do. I want to get incinerators, but we don't have incinerators yet. Public transport is going to be an issue because if you move a bus line, they will basically all go back to the start again, which we don't want to do. So I'm just going to leave that for now. These people can drive rather than take the buses until I get maybe trams or something. I haven't figured it out yet. But yeah, so you can see our residential demand has gone down. Commercial demand has stayed pretty high, so I can zone more commercial along this road here, I think. Would be a good idea. Just get a little bit more, because you always see commercial buildings, restaurants and things along the sort of bigger main streets instead of the smaller areas. But yeah, this game has actually been changing quite a bit since its release. The whole fact it's nighttime now is an example that wasn't in the original game, but it came in a recent expansion, or not recent, but in an expansion. And then Snowfall, which came out recently, added the weather effects and other such things, which is nice. But yeah, this game, it's got much bigger scale than SimCity, which is nice. You can build a lot bigger stuff. It's a lot more complex in some ways, you have to deal with power, you have to deal with water flow, the public transport, you have to set the routes manually. You don't just plop down the bus stops and have them go willy-nilly, that won't happen. And other sorts of things like that. But on the other hand, you create what is quite a good looking game in my opinion. I mean, just look at that, that looks gorgeous. I mean, you got the light effects here. There's a building on fire over here. That's probably not a good idea. Yeah, put that out, dudes. You can see, oh, there you go. They ran the hoses back in. It's been extinguished. What was burning? Tasty noodles. So the noodle factory or the noodle restaurant was burning. That's probably implying something. But anyway, that is just a quick look at City Skylines. If you guys want, I can do a Deno Does series in this game, either with this city or starting a new one, because I think this sort of game could work quite well, given it is, a sort of slower paced game that does take some time to play, so I can't really cover everything in these sort of videos. And I could do, I could make a city as you guys want it. Let me know if you want me to do that. And yeah, until then, I'm Denodon. This is City Skylines. Safe visiting or safe driving, whichever you prefer.